Is anyone out there still buying the tear-soaked performance Meghan Markle is selling, or have we finally reached peak skepticism? Because based on her latest showing on the Jimmy Kern Lemur show, it seems that the Duchess of Sussex has once again found herself on the wrong side of the internet's collective side-eye. Frankly, many are growing tired of her repeated attempts to play the victim card and tug at our heartstrings, only to have the whole spectacle appear fake to the point of absurdity. Meghan Markle's tearful breakdown was apparently triggered by a touching letter from Prince Harry and their children, a letter she dramatically read aloud during the interview. Except, instead of warming hearts, it ignited the internet's penchant for sharp critique. Almost immediately, social media erupted with memes, snarky comments, and calls of fake tears, suggesting that the Duchess might want to revise her technique, or at least try a less cliched method of pulling at public sympathy. The timing couldn't have been worse. Meghan's latest entrepreneurial venture, Confessions of a Female Founder, has been met with a resounding yawn. The project, once hyped as a revealing look into her life and struggles, has flopped so hard that critics have practically declared it the PR disaster of the season. So what better way to distract from that fiasco than by shedding some tears on daytime TV? The online chorus was swift to connect the dots. Was this meltdown just a calculated effort to steer attention away from her failing business endeavor? To make matters worse, this performance came across as yet another chapter in Meghan's ongoing quest to portray herself as the vulnerable, relatable figure at the center of a relentless media storm. While some initially rallied around her, empathizing with the pressures of stepping into the notoriously guarded royal family, the tide has turned. The endless PR statements, the Netflix specials, the podcast revelations, the public is growing tired of the constant exploitation of personal narratives. The more Meghan tries to insist she's just like the rest of us, the more her perfectly managed photo ops and emotional reveals ring hollow. If there's one thing the public sees clearly now, it's that Meghan is adept at curating her image, right down to the angle of every tear that glistens on her cheek. The internet, in its infinite capacity to sniff out insincerity, quickly pounced. Memes comparing Meghan's meltdown to a bad daytime soap circulated widely. Comments accused her of crocodile tears, attention-seeking, and, perhaps most damning, attempting to distract from the avalanche of bad press tied to her professional endeavors. Could the emotional gambit on national television be part of a strategic pivot, a last-ditch effort to stay relevant in the eyes of both her fans and the Hollywood elite she once courted so eagerly? What's truly fascinating is how quickly this meltdown overshadowed whatever remained of her project's spotlight. Even the critics who were poised to deliver scathing reviews about Confessions of a Female Founder suddenly found themselves chasing the new story, Meghan's tearful TV turn. The conversation about the failings of her brand pivot disappeared almost overnight, replaced by a collective debate on whether her tears were genuine. No one's buying it anymore seems to be the consensus among those who've grown weary of the Duchess's repeated appeals for sympathy. Will she lean into another tearful confession when the heat ramps up again, or will we see her pivot to a new approach entirely? Perhaps an apology tour or a focusing on my family retreat that miraculously finds its way into a docuseries deal. At this point, it's anyone's guess.